Well, thank you guys for showing up at 7 o'clock on a Thursday night. But I have some exciting stuff for you guys, and I'm glad you're here. We didn't email our list. We posted in a couple of our groups and made a couple of posts on social media, and we had a few hundred people register for this. So I'm really excited about the interest, and some of the facts and numbers that I'm going to give you tonight are going to get you excited as well. So first and foremost, you can let your guard down tonight. I'm not selling a course. I don't have a package to sell you. This isn't a secret pitch for Apex or something like that. It's not like that. I'm generally finding a way for all of us to make money together and to help each other out. So there's no catches. So I know how these free training webinar shit goes. I kind of invented this industry, so it's not one of those things. So with that being said, I want to start off telling you a little bit about what Closer Capital is. So we've been in business now for 16 months, but I have been in the finance business, in the finance world for 21 years. And the people that work on the corporate side of Closer Capital all have at least, most of them, 10 years plus in finance. Real estate finance, mortgage finance, B2B finance. We've got some really sharp people on our team. So they're not just sales reps, they're funding specialists, and several of them have licenses for various things. So I say that because in 16 months with smart people, we've been able to really break into the fintech industry. And the history behind this company is I was in mortgages for a long time and originated well into 9 figures worth of mortgages in my career uh, prior to starting the social media stuff. Actually, that's where the social media stuff all started, was me in 2008 in the mortgage business. And so anyway, flash forward, I have been out of the finance industry except for doing my own personal stuff for about 10 years. And I'm talking to a friend of mine named Bobby Castro, who exited his business for billions of dollars and ended up, with a 9 figure lump sum cash in his bank account. And he exited a fintech company. So he coaches me through, and he was coaching me through phone sites at the time. And he telling me, you got to get into the lending business, Ryan. You know so much about finance. It's a totally different world. You're going to love it. It's going to be perfect for you. And I kind of fought him on it because I'd only done my personal finance stuff for the last 10 years and didn't really feel like starting a new company at the time. But as we got to talking more and more, and he told me how he exited the company and how he built it, I started looking into the industry as a whole. First of all, I do not recommend doing that on your end. I've already done the research for you, but the more important part is they will spam the shit out of your email, right? So if you're going to research the industry, set yourself up a burner email. Trust me on that from experience. But anyway, so I start looking into the way that all of these companies run, and their boiler room cold calling. That's how all of this stuff. Yeah, PMA Bobby Castro. He's a good friend of mine, and so has been for probably a decade now. But these these boiler room type of cold calling places, man, they're always struggling and they're always trying to convince people to take money and everything else. And I thought, man, we can apply what we teach in Apex and what we get everybody to already do, building their machine, working on social media, emailing their list. Like I can just do that in the business to business financing industry, and I can dominate these guys because they're not running ads and they're not doing the things that I know how to do. So 16 months ago, Taylor Rivas and myself, she was hire number one. Actually, technically, I guess I was hire number one, and then she was hire number two. We set off to figure this shit out. Well, 16 months later, we have hundreds of banks that we have relationships with, and we have closed millions of dollars of volume at this point. I don't like putting our numbers out there publicly, but in 16 months, we have learned a ton too. And the big thing that we see is 90% of our business is referrals, right? And so people like yourselves, several of you that I see your names on the Zoom tonight, have sent us referrals, and we've closed them for your people. And oftentimes we kick you back money or whatever we agreed to, but we had this loose knit system, but I knew I wanted to do something. So this last year, I'm looking at all of our businesses, and Closer Capital is the one with, after the election and everything else, the one that has taken off the most, and it's quickly become our main focus. Not that we're abandoning anything else, but we have grown a team very quickly over there, and we realized that the best way to first of all help you guys out, which you've helped us out, is by making you affiliates and actually putting you on into our system and giving you a portal so you can view everything and track it and get paid for the referrals that you're already sending us. So tonight I will be giving you that system. So again, it doesn't cost you anything. There's no money for it. I will give you the instructions on how to get into that at the end of tonight. So back to the story of who we are. So now 16 months later, we've got an amazing team, and we are now in the fintech business. We see where all these other companies, first of all, if you don't know much about me, I own 5 other software. So I have a full-time software developer that's worked with me on my team longer than I've actually known Amy, my wife. And we've worked together and created the G Code app, One Spot Social, phone site, Sign Sealed, and the Apex backend. All the stuff is my guy Jordan that's been with me forever. And so we started tying the technology and the things that we know into the financing world, and it's worked very well. So like I said, I've got 21 years in finance, but we've been in business for 16 months, and we govern our entire business on 4 basic things. We have 4 core values that we stick to, and the acronym is RISE. So that is responsibility, which means we don't make excuses, man. I do not work well with ball droppers, and so my team is very much on top of things. Number 2 is integrity. We do what we say we're going to do when we say we're going to do. We don't bait and switch. We don't trick people. We're honest and transparent on everything, and we do because we know that in the business to business lending world, we're somebody's partner for the most part. We're the investor in their business. We're the one that's giving them capital. They're not just going to need it once. They're going to come as they grow and get more and more. So we're looking to build long-term repeat relationships with these people. Integrity is huge for that. Number 3 is service. We go above and beyond. We offer all sorts of discounts on our programs. We offer websites for our clients, consultations to help them spend the money the best way possible. So it's more than just getting a loan, it's support after the fact. And then lastly is excellence, man. We believe in doing the work. And the reason my team's not on this tonight is because they're still working at 7 o'clock at night, closing. I think we ended up having a 7-figure day today. So been a big day for a couple of our salespeople over there. So they're working on closing some stuff up this evening. So I say that because I want you to know that we're a core value driven organization. We're not a fly by night. This isn't some internet influencer that's got some kind of hustle. I'm sitting inside of a 22,000 square foot building that I own, that we operate out of in Plano, Texas. So it is absolute real business. So here's what we do at Closer Capital. We're all things money. Now, when I say all things money, we don't loan money to consumers, meaning the consumer is the in person. John Doe can get a credit card. John Doe can get a house and a car loan. We don't loan to John Does. We loan to John Doe Incorporated. That's the person that we loan to. So we do business to business lending. Here's why this is important for you guys. So if somebody says, hey, I'm looking to refinance my house or an investment property that they own in their name, that's not really our lane. The reason why is because they're an end user, and in order to sell to consumers, you have to go through a ton of licensing, right? Especially in the financial world. In the business side of things, business to business, when you're a business, there's no person. We loan to entities, hence business to business. So you don't have to have licenses, and there's not a bunch of hoops to jump through, and it's all private money in a banking system that we've put together. So I say that because, you sending referrals, you don't have to go get licensed like you would if you were sending referrals to a realtor or mortgage or, an insurance company, something like that. Since this is all private money and it's business to business loans, the CPFB is not involved at all, which also gives us the ability to be very creative for our clients as well. And it's a make sense approach to lending. So some of the things we do are capital infusion loans. So somebody needs a cash advance. They need to get some money because let's say that it's a roofing company and they've got a $300,000 commercial job coming up and they don't have that much cash coming up because it's the end of the slow season. So we do cash infusions. we do lines of credit for business owners, and we typically set them up on revolving lines of credit. So let's say somebody gets $100,000 line of credit, they charge it up month one, month five, six, they pay it off. Month seven, they charge it up again. So it's just like a giant credit card. It's a revolving line of credit. In this business, most of the lines of credit, you pay them off once and that's it. You have to go apply for another one. We offer those to people with different credit scores, but the top tier credit people can get a line of credit that you establish as long as you're using it once every 90 days or paying on it consistently, then that thing it'll stay open forever, at least 2 years. We do refinances on commercial properties. If somebody has an SBA loan, we can do refinances on SBA loans. If someone is looking to purchase a building, a property, things like that, we do all things SBA here. We do commercial loans for investment properties too. So, for example, if John Doe is buying an investment property, he's putting in his name. We don't do that. But if John Doe Incorporated is buying an apartment complex or an investment property or commercial building, we do those all day, every day. We do equipment financing. So if people need to buy tractors, vehicles, trucks, we just did a semi truck loan. Somebody bought a Peterbilt this week that we did a loan for. So, for you guys that know truckers and stuff, we can get financing for semi trucks, things of that nature. So pretty much anything the businesses would need to borrow money on. If we're not the people that can do it, the good thing is you can say, hey, send my people at Closer Capital. You send them your link. If we're not the ones that can do it, we typically have a network of people who can. We'll look around to put them in the right hands with somebody. So I'm well connected in the finance world. And let's say that it is something that, let's say somebody's getting some kind of loan that our company doesn't necessarily specialize in and it's not worth setting it up, I'll just send the referral to another company, and the two of us may not get paid on the deal, but you got a happy person and we'll go and catch them on the next one. So all things money, think about us. I mean, we do a lot of things that other companies won't do. We've done loans for CBD shops. We don't do THC, but we've done loans for CBD shops, sex shops, but not like porn or OnlyFans, but like, Sarah's Secret, those kind of places that sell whatever. I've never been in one, so I don't know what the fuck they sell, but whatever they sell in there, right? I've been married for a long time. But we do loans for that kind of stuff. We've done loans for gun manufacturers before and gun stores. A lot of people won't touch businesses like that. And I'm not saying flood us with those because they're not necessarily the easiest, but we have closed them before. We're really smart, creative of how we do things. We go the extra mile for people. We're obviously not going to commit fraud or anything like that, but we're very smart and we work very close with our lenders because the volume that we do. So typically we can make sense programs, make it make sense for them. Our technology is a big piece of this, and that's what I'll be giving you guys access to tonight. Our tech, man, we've got follow-ups and everything set in place. We're able to handle hundreds of leads, new applications daily. I've got the team that can call them. We've got the follow-up process and everything that needs to happen there. And we have a pipeline of people that are wanting to work with us. In the future, you start making good money because you're sending a lot of referrals to us. You might decide to join our team and work on the inside too, once you get your thing going. So we will be expanding. We are not at capacity and we will be expanding through this, especially as I plan on running these overviews every 2 weeks to new audiences. So, we've, like I said, 7-figure days and we've had 8 figures in production. So here's how you guys get paid and how the whole thing works, right? This is the simplest process that I could absolutely think of. So don't overthink it. And works like this. If you get 10% of whatever we get paid at Closer Capital. Okay. So if I close a loan and I get paid $10,000 at the end of the month when payroll goes out, because we're going to pay the affiliates once a month. If it closed during that 30-day period, then you'll get a check for $1,000. If you close 10 of them that month that they paid like that, you'll get a check for $10,000. So, and I say check, it'll be direct deposit into your bank account. It's not 1980, obviously. So before we pay you, we don't make you do this on sign up, but before we pay you your first paycheck, we'll have you fill out the payroll and the W-9 and all that stuff with your tax and everything else. So it's not like we're just going to be shoveling you money under the table or anything like that. So, but who knows, guys, we may not have the IRS next year. This may be our last year to file. Who knows? So, but 10% we pay out monthly. And all you have to do, you don't have to learn loan programs. You don't have to do anything. If somebody you know, or if you're marketing, or if you have a network of people, someone you know needs a loan, all you have to do is go in your portal and share your link. Here's what I do. I copy my link, and if you have an iPhone, you can go to um, your settings, and then you can go to general, and after general, you can go to keyboard, and it's text replacement. So you can add in like you can do CCA for closer capital application, and then paste the link in there. So every time somebody makes a comment or comes to you, all you got to do is type in CCA, and it's your closer capital application. That's what it is on my phone, right? So that you have it just loaded there, and it's super easy for you. You're going to get an email with the login and password to your portal. So everybody that's it's going to tell you the amount of link clicks you've got. It's going to show you who's in your pipeline as a lead, I believe, and it's going to tell you what your commissions that you've earned are inside of that deal. Every week, you're going to, so when you sign up, you're going to get introduction emails with your login. Once you log in, you can get your unique link. It'll be right there front and center on the page once you log in. The second thing is every week, and don't unsubscribe from my email list because then I can't send you anything. But every Tuesday at 9:30, I'm going to simply send you an email inviting you to our weekly Zoom at 10 o'clock. And that's in the morning, not in the evening, obviously. So every Tuesday morning, you do not have to show up there. You're not required there. That meeting is usually 30 minutes every Tuesday morning. And what it is bringing us scenarios. Hey, I talked to a guy that's got XYZ business and he needs it for that. Is this something that we can do? Or what is that like? And, how long does it take? Those kind of questions to run us by scenarios. We've set that time up for you every Tuesday at 10 in the morning. You'll get a reminder every week to the email you sign up with, and you can put it on your calendar. It'll be a Zoom with either me or Hamza or Taylor, who are our team leaders over there. Hamza, sales team lead, Taylor's operations. And so it'll be one of the three of us doing that every Tuesday. So you'll be able to run scenarios by us. We also teach marketing practices and what's new and what new products and stuff that we offer, because we're always adding new banks. We started off just doing one program and one product, and now we've got more than I can really keep up with. And Taylor, she is our COO. She's back there signing up with new banks and new programs on a regular basis, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to become the source that everybody can say, hey, when you need money, I got a guy, and they've got a guy for everything, right? And that just, instead of them having to go to 50 no's and 50 different places, because if any of you've ever tried to borrow money for a business, it is a different game than going to finance a car, a house, a credit card. The banks love to say no, but we have relationships with banks and private lenders, and have fancy ways of saying yes. So you'll get that email every 9:30 every Tuesday. So the meeting's at 10. So you'll get a reminder 30 minutes early. And then at the first of every month, I'm going to send you an email saying, hey, check your portal and see if I owe you money. If you don't tell me I owe you money, I'm not going to pay you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What'll happen is at the first of the month, we'll process the previous month. So you'll probably get paid the second week of the month. Our payroll's every other Friday. So whatever system that goes on for the month. So we'll get you paid for it for the previous month. So, but I'm going to send you a reminder to log in, make sure. And like I said, the first time that we pay you, before we pay you, we'll require you to fill out an I-9 and all that stuff. After that, it'll be in the system and you'll get direct deposit, whether you check the portal or not, but because we're going to pay you regardless of whether you check it or not. But at least you can look in there and see what your commissions and stuff are. So let me show you, pull this up real quick. So what you'll do tonight is you'll go to here to closercap.com/affiliate. I'll drop this right now in the chat. There you go. But hang tight before you go sign up, right? So you put your name in. Boom. You'll sign our agreement. You're more than welcome to read that as well. Then on the back end here, what's going to happen is you are going to get an email. There we go. Okay, perfect. So you'll have a portal just like this. And it's probably because I re-signed myself up. So here's your link right here that you can copy. It'll tell you how many people's clicked, how many leads you have, how many customers, how much commission. All that really matters in here is just copying your link. So just save this, your login once you get that email. And really, it is as simple as sharing this link. And just so you see what this link looks like, it's very simple. It's just our main application to the main company, but it tracks with the little tracking code right here with your information on it. And then that stores it on the back end of our system. So it really is that simple. Is just sharing that link. We'll track it. And what I've instructed my team to do is once they get a lead in, it'll notice that, let's say that uh, Ryan Farrell sent a lead in from his deal. So they'll reach out to the customer first, get them situated, figure out the situation. And then Ryan, they'll send you an email, a DM, a text, however they get a hold of you. Because we've got all your information as an affiliate in the system. So they'll let you guys know, hey, I talked to Ryan. We're going to be able to get him financing, or he's got kind of a sketchy deal, but maybe we've got somebody who can do it. So they're going to leave you guys in the loop from the beginning, and then you'll know when they closed as well. So I want to just keep everybody informed of what's going on, because nothing's worse than, your client calling you and being like, dude, I haven't heard from the people. And you're like, yeah, me neither. It's like, I try to keep us on top of them because we want to build these relationships. And me being a sales guy, the more responsive and the more available and on top of information you can be for somebody, the more they seem to like you. And so, that's how we roll here, man. We care about it because we know if somebody's borrowing money, it's a nervous thing. And we, shoot people, somebody that's borrowing a $500,000 from us, we're not loaning that to poor people. They're people that are super successful, but it's still stressful borrowing money. So we just try to alleviate as much stress as possible and make it as smooth as possible for them. So you guys, it's that simple. Get signed up, get your portal. If something goes wrong, like you had a little snafu issue with tech or whatever the case may be that you can't fix, just shoot me a DM on Facebook and I'll have my tech look at it. You guys should be good to go tonight. And we appreciate your referrals and we appreciate you being a part of this. And like I said, if you guys want to show up on those Tuesday meetings, I'd love to run scenarios by you, learn what we're up to and all that stuff, but it's not mandatory. And if you ever have any questions or whatever, you can email me, ryan@closercap.com, and run scenarios and things by me there. So I appreciate you guys and welcome to the team. We're here for you.